In this video, I'm gonna walk you through the whole process of implementing AdMob ads inside of Unity, like these here. So yeah, let's get started. So here I have set up a simple game screen with these three buttons, one for each of the ads. So the banner ad, interstitial, and rewarded video ads. So here inside of the canvas, I have got all these three buttons, and all I have done is added a simple on-click event to each of these buttons, which resides on the canvas in the game manager script. So if we open up the game manager script, it's completely empty except for these buttons here. So each of the button displays a message when a button is pressed. So if we click on this, it will print a debug.log statement here, and same for all the other ones. So all we need to do here is to show the real ads instead of these messages. And for that we need this mobile Ads Sdk for Unity. And here you can see the download link. I'll put this in the description. And all this does is take you to this GitHub repository. And all you need to do is download this Unity package here. And once you've done this, it will look something like this. So let's double click to open it up inside of Unity. And let's just hit import everything. Alright, so once it's done, we will get these three folders inside of the assets folder. So now what we need to do is go to assets and go to Google Mobile Ads and settings. All we need to do is enable this Google Admob here. So let's enable this. Now we can pass the app IDs of our app, which we will create in a moment. So go back to assets once again. And now go to External Dependency Manager, Android Resolver, and click on Resolve. Alright, so once it's done, we can now get the app ID from Google Admob. For that we need to open up Google Admob and sign in with your Google account. It will take you to this Google Admob homepage, and in order to add an app, we need to click on Apps and click on Add App. And it will ask us if we have published our app on Play Store or not. So I'll just assume we haven't and click on No. So here input the name of your app. I'll put in Admob tutorial and click on Android. And here we will keep this enabled. Click on Add. And we have successfully added our app here. This up here is the app ID. So let's click on this button to copy the app ID. And go back inside of Unity, and let's just paste it right here. Cool, now let's create some ad units for our app. So let's go back inside of the Google Admob and click on create ad unit. And firstly we will select this banner ad, hit select, and enter the name of your banner ad. I'll just put in banner ad, you can call it whatever you want, and click on create ad unit. Awesome, so the banner ad is now created, and this down here is the ad unit ID for your banner ad. But for testing purposes, it's important that you use the test ads first. If we click on this, it will take us to the sample ad units page. So here are all the sample ad units for each of the ads. But we will first create the ad units. So let's create the interstitial now. Select this, and you can just name it whatever you want. I'll call this interstitial ad and create ad unit. Awesome, so interstitial ad is now created. This one here is the interstitial ad ID. Let's create another one. So lastly we will be creating the rewarded ad, and let's just call it rewarded ad here. We will just leave all these settings as is. So let's just click on create ad unit, and our rewarded ad is now created. Let's click on done. Alright, so we have created all the ad units, and in order to find them you can go to apps and select your app here. And here are all the ad IDs that you will need to replace with the sample ad IDs that we are going to use. So let's go back inside of Unity. And now all we need to do is add a ad manager script to our game. And I've already created one, so let me just quickly grab it. And here it is. So let's open this up inside of Visual Studio. And firstly here all the ad IDs, which for now are just the simple ad IDs. You can just replace them with your own actual ad IDs after testing the test ads. And also I have created all these three ads. So the banner ad, interstitial, and the rewarded video ad. And I've also made a singleton instance of this class and use don't destroy on load to let this class stay on every scene. But if you don't want it, you can get rid of this awake method entirely. And down here inside of the start method, we are initializing the mobile ads manually. This step can be ignored completely, so let's just ignore this for now. And if we go down here, I have divided the code for each of the ad units in different regions. So let's first explore the simplest one, the banner ad. So this one is pretty simple. We are just creating a new banner ad here with the default size, and the position we are setting it to the bottom. And of course you can change both the size and placement of your banner ad. If we go to the Mobile Ads SDK, so here under the banner you can see the different settings for your banner ad, including the positioning and the custom size, like this here. So you can customize your own banner ad using your custom size and placement on your game screen. And this is how you're gonna request the banner ad. And at the bottom here we are already loading up the ad. So if we call this method, we will load the ad right away. And I've created this handy method to hide the banner ad for cases like moving from one scene to another. Alright, so this is it for the banner ad. So let's quickly close this and open up the interstitial ad. So this one is a bit different. First we initialize this, and here we are subscribing to the different events that we are going to use for this interstitial ad, which you can check out on this page here, all the events and the delegates that you're going to use. So you can just copy and paste them right inside of your code, so like I've done in mine. Alright, so let's go back. Alright, so that's how you're going to subscribe to these events. And lastly, we need to load the ad. And there is an extra step here for showing the ad. So first we are going to check if our interstitial ad is loaded, and if it is loaded, then we are going to show the interstitial ad to our audience. Awesome, so yeah, that's it for the interstitial ad. Let's close this. So these are the different delegates for the ad status. So like for when the ad is loaded, or when it is failed to load, and blah 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 blah. So the important one is here. So when the ad is closed. So when the ad closes, you can just request to load another ad right away. Or if you don't want to, just get rid of this line here. Alright. So lastly, we're gonna look into the rewarded video ad, which is somewhat different from all the other ads. So this is how we request the ad. And after that, we are subscribing to all these events here. So as you can see, these public events right here, and these individual delegates here. So each for when the video is loaded, or when the video has closed, or when it's being loaded. But the most important one is this last one here. This is where you reward your player when he finishes the video. So you can just put anything like rewarding the player with coins or give another retry. So that all goes inside of this method here. I'll show you exactly how we can do this. And to show the video, you have to check if it's loaded or not. So if it is, just show the video. So yeah, that's all for the rewarded video ad. Let's close this. Alright. And if you have any problem, just check out this rewarded video section. You can also check out this video here on how to set up the rewarded video ads. So let's go back inside of Unity now. Now let's open up the game manager script. So now we are going to actually show the ads to our players. So in order to show the banner ad, we are going to write admob ads.instance and type in request banner ad. And it will load up our banner ad right away. But for the interstitial ad, we first need to load this before showing it to the players. So in the start method, you can just load up the interstitial ad by admob ads.instance and request interstitial. And we have to do the same thing for the rewarded video ad. So as soon as the game starts, we will load both the interstitial and rewarded video ads. And now inside of the show interstitial, we can just show the interstitial because we know it's been loaded. And we will do the same thing for the rewarded video ad here. Admob ads.instance and show video ad. Of course, we will need to reward the player when he finishes watching the ad. But for now, let's just try this out. So let's save this and head back inside of Unity. And I also added this device simulator to my project to see how it will look on different devices. So let's play this now. And here we can see the different logs showing that our ads are being loaded correctly. So if I hit this banner button, you can see this message saying it's been loaded. But we need to build it for Android in order to see the actual ads. So it will appear at the bottom of the screen somewhere around here. And the same will happen for the interstitial. Here it is. And same thing for the rewarded video ads. Awesome, so now we actually know everything's working. Awesome, so we know that our ads are now working. We can just add the reward system for our player if he watches the rewarded video ad. So we will just give him some extra coins. So let's open up the game manager. And I'll just make an static instance for this class so that I can access it from anywhere. So yeah, call this GM instance. And also let's make a public text here using Unity engine.ui. So coins text and a public integer for the coins. Awesome, so at the start we will set the coins equals to 0 and the coins text to coins and whatever coin we have. Awesome. So let's make another method here to reward the player. So when the player finishes watching the ad, we will just print a debug.log statement. So this will just reward the player with 5 extra coins when the video finishes. So let's copy and paste this line here. And of course you can change it to whatever reward you want to give to your player. Then you will need to go to the ads manager. Also first I need to set the instance to this class. Awesome, so let's go to admob ads. And inside of the handle user earned reward, I will just call in GameManager.gm instance and reward player. So now when the user finishes watching the ad, this reward method will get called and the user will have 5 extra coins. Awesome. So let's save this and head back inside of Unity. And in order to try this out, I'll have to first build the game. So let's quickly build this. You just call it whatever you want. So here's the game on my device. Let's first try the video ads. Awesome, so yeah, it's working. Let's wait for it to finish. Alright, so it is finished. Let's see if we get coins. Awesome. And now for the banner ad, and here it is. And now for the last one, the interstitial ad. Awesome, so all our ads are now working. Now let's add back inside of Unity. Lastly, you might want to check out the different ad policies before adding it to Play Store or App Store or wherever you want to place it, so that you don't end up getting your Admob account suspended or banned for different reasons. So I suggest you take a good look at all these policies before using Admob services. So especially this one here, if your app is targeting kids under a certain age. Also, if your game or app is in the family ads program, you might want to check this out. And of course, the ad script will be available in the description. You can just download it and use it in your own projects however you want. Alright, so that's it for this video. See you in the next one.